All right, let's dive right into one of the most mind-bending puzzles in all of physics. It's called the Andromeda Paradox. And honestly, it's a concept that just shatters our everyday understanding of time. What if I told you that across the universe, what you think of as the future might be happening for someone else right now? That the future isn't a destination we're headed to, but a place that already exists.
And no, this isn't science fiction. This is a direct consequence of Einstein's theory of relativity. The whole paradox really boils down to this one seemingly impossible question. How can your simple decision to just take a walk instantly change what is happening right now in a galaxy millions of light years from here? I know, it sounds absolutely crazy, but the physics behind it is surprisingly straightforward. So let's unfold this mystery piece by piece.
To really get to the bottom of this, we've got to challenge one of our most basic assumptions about reality itself. So for Chapter 1, let's peel back the first layer of this cosmic puzzle and explore a really strange idea. Your now, well, it isn't the same as mine.
I mean, we all feel it, right? This idea that there's one single universal now that just ticks forward for everybody, everywhere, all at once. Whether you're here on Earth or in some distant galaxy, we just assume we're all sharing the exact same present moment. It feels intuitive, it's just common sense. And according to physics, it's completely wrong. And this is where things start to get really weird. Special relativity shows us there's no such thing as a universal now. Instead, your present moment is like your own personal slice through this big four-dimensional loaf of space-time. And the angle of your specific slice, well, that depends entirely on how you're moving.
So how does this even work? Okay, imagine space-time as a giant block. If you're just standing perfectly still, your slice of now is totally flat, cutting straight across the entire universe. But the moment you start to move, that slice actually tilts. So if you walk towards something, let's say the Andromeda galaxy, your slice of the present tilts forward into its future. And if you turn around and walk away from it, your slice tilts backward into its past. Now for us, right here, that tilt is so tiny it's basically imperceptible. But when you stretch that out over cosmic distances, that tiny tilt becomes a colossal shift in time.
And that is the absolute key to this paradox. The Andromeda galaxy is 2.5 million light-years away. That unbelievable distance acts like a giant lever, amplifying that tiny little tilt in your slice of now into a truly massive difference in time.
And this is where it just gets wild. Look at these numbers. A slow walk, just 1 meter per second towards Andromeda, jumps your now over there forward by about 3 days. For you, an alien invasion fleet might have already launched, but for someone walking away from Andromeda, that fleet is still 3 days from even being built. And look how it scales. A fast jet shifts Andromeda's now by 10 months. For you, the war is already over. And at relativistic speeds, your present moment could be 250,000 years in Andromeda's future. Entire civilizations could rise and fall, and it all depends on which way you decided to walk right now.
So, this bizarre physical effect, it isn't just some quirky thought experiment. It really forces us into some deeply uncomfortable philosophical territory. So for Chapter 2, let's see where this leads. Is the future already written?
And this is the paradox in a nutshell. If my present contains an Andromeda where the invasion fleet has launched, and your present, just because you're walking the other way, contains an Andromeda where the decision hasn't even been made, which one is the real one? Well, physics says both are equally valid frames of reference. So if both are equally real, what does that say about the future?
This leads us directly to a model of reality that physicists call the block universe, or Eternalism. And this theory suggests that the past, the present, and the future all exist at the same time and are all equally real. So think of all of history and all of the future as one single static four-dimensional block. It's all just there, like a finished sculpture that never changes.
So let's just compare these two views. Our intuition, a view called presentism, says only the present is real. Time flows like a river, and the future is this big cloud of unwritten potential. But the block universe says, no, the past, present, and future are all equally real. The future is just another location in space-time, kind of like a city on a map you just haven't visited yet. In this view, now is nothing special. It's just a label for your current location in time, just like here is a label for your location in space.
And this isn't just some wild philosophical idea. Physicists like Vessel and Petkov argue that the block universe is a direct requirement of relativity. He basically says that if the universe were only three-dimensional, then all the weird effects of relativity that we've confirmed with experiments, they just wouldn't work.
They only make sense if we are four-dimensional beings, and we're just experiencing one three-dimensional slice of ourselves at a time.
Okay, that is a heavy idea. It sounds an awful lot like destiny is fixed and free will is an illusion, but this is far from settled science. So for our final chapter, let's look for an escape route. Is there any way out of this predetermined block?
Well, a lot of physicists and philosophers push back hard, arguing the paradox is really more of a mathematical illusion than a physical reality. They say these distant nows aren't real moments, they're just abstract results of how we synchronize clocks. Others believe the only meaningful now is right here with us. And maybe most critically, even if those other nows do exist, it doesn't really matter. You can't know what's happening in your slice of Andromeda's now for 2.5 million years anyway. Causality is still king, and information cannot travel faster than light.
This whole debate has led to an alternative idea, the evolving block universe. This model pictures space-time as a structure that's actively growing. The past is fixed, sure, but the future is genuinely unwritten. It doesn't exist yet. In this view, now isn't just our point of view, it's the real objective boundary where potential becomes reality. It's kind of like a sculpture, where the past is hardened clay, but the future is still soft and being molded in real time.
So, that's the cosmic debate this paradox leaves us with. Is the universe a complete storybook, where every single page is already written and we're just turning them one by one? Or is it a book that we are writing, right here, right now, with every single choice we make?
But no matter which side you land on, the key takeaway is this. The Andromeda Paradox absolutely demolishes our comfortable, intuitive feeling of a universal now. It's a powerful demonstration from physics that our experience of time is not the whole story, forcing us all to confront the deepest questions we can ask about the very nature of reality itself.